Hello, 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 Facebook family and friends. Good morning or early afternoon. It's getting close to afternoon time. How's everyone doing? This is Wisdom Walk episode number 29. Wow, we're almost up to a whole month's worth of Wisdom Walks already. Man, time is short flying. Remember when we first started this? And interesting how people grow and how things go. Bye, guys. Thank you. Bye bye. Housekeepers leaving. Anyway, so this one is called regret. I know we did a talk about regret before, and we talked about how many people are in nursing homes. Then, if you want to hear as many stories about regret in life, you may want to go to a nursing home. And actually, you know what? I have the wrong shoes on. I came from the gym, and now I don't have my walk in the dirt shoes, so I have to go a different direction. Didn't realize that. Anyway, so I just changed my course right there. So we talked about going to, if you want to go to a nursing home, you'll find a lot of stories about regret. But today I want to change the definition of, not the definition, but the direction of our wisdom walk about regret before. Because as we're entering the last couple of days of March, going into April 1st, I'm feeling some regret for you guys. I don't have any regret, but I've talked to a few people, and my buddy Mike Reed told me this morning, he goes, man, I wish I would have listened to you in January, because now I'm sitting, yep, I got you guys back. Okay, so he said, I'm sitting here waiting to get into this situation, and they extended it for another 6 or 8 hours, whatever they extended it for, and now I'm like waiting, and he's like, man, I should have just listened to you in January. Well, that's why I want to talk about regret today. Because here's what I don't understand. And maybe you guys can help me. Maybe you can make some comments on this. You can talk about it if you want to. You guys know that I don't do this to be liked. It doesn't really matter to me if you like me, don't like me, or whatever. I'm on a mission in life. And this mission will never end for me. Well, the only time it will end is when I'm dead. Because I truly believe where much is given, much is expected. And I'm going to keep giving and giving and giving until everybody gets it. So I know in my life, I'll never be able to hit 7 billion people. So if I can't hit 7 billion people, I guess I'm going to have to do this till my last breath. So I'll be at the hospital or wherever I'm going to be in my last breath. I'm going to be talking to someone about having a better life. I'm going to be talking about someone, if they're doing the right things in their life, to have a better life, to take care of their family, to take care of their church, to take care of all the things that's important to them. So my little thought about regret was, we started this little experiment in January, early January. Actually, I started this December 30th and went live on it early part of January. And I did an experiment. I told everyone, I'm going to show you how I can take less than $1,000, which was $800, and turn it into a retirement income in 30 days. And I did that. Did it very easily, very comfortably. Now, some of you may say, well, Clay, I'm not a speaker. I don't know how to recruit people. I don't know how to get people. Well, first of all, we're not recruiting anybody for anything because there's no selling, there's no recruiting. What we do is we teach people to have the necessities in life and just do it a lot easier. Because right now, people are just working too hard. There's too many uncertain times in their lives. Nothing wrong with having a job. Great place to get experience. But it's not the thing that's going to set you up, because I don't understand when we talk about regret. How can you possibly, and again, some people may not like this thought process, but how can you possibly wake up in the morning and go to a place of employment for 20, 30, 40 years and think at the end of that 40 years or however long you're going to do it, you're going to have this massive retirement and spend the next 10, 15, maybe 20 years of your life alive? Most people are not healthy enough to have the health in order to live into their 70s and their 80s properly. So all the good years of your life is going to be used working. And then when it's time to retire, if most of you can retire, which most of you won't be able to, because that's just life, let's just call it like it is. I mean, let's really call it like it is. Is your job that you're on right now going to put you in a position to retire? Really. Seriously. So I don't understand. In your mind, think about that. So you're going to go from, I just see Debbie made a comment, let me respond to that. Well, Debbie, don't worry. Nothing we can do about yesterday. We can do a lot about tomorrow and today, or a minute from now. So it's okay. So if you think that you're going to go work from age 20, 25, 30, 40, however jobs you've had to change, whatever career you've gotten into, and you think that career or that job, you're going to work it for 40 years or 30 years, then all of a sudden there's a golden parachute at the end that's going to tell you, hey, thank you for working for us for 20, 30 years. Here's $10 million, go retire and go live your dreams and be in a wonderful situation and never have to worry about anything again. Really? If you think that's going to happen, you're going to have a whole lot of regret. Just like if you go to the nursing homes right now, which is sad. The reasons why nursing homes exist is because exactly what I'm talking about. Think about that. Why would someone be in a nursing home if they were liquid and if they had a ton of cash? They'll be sitting in their mansion with people taking care of them. They don't have to go to a nursing home. Think I'm gonna end up in a nursing home? Are you kidding me? There'll be people taking care of me until I die. And that's what they're gonna do. But you're thinking that's why there's so much regret for the people in nursing homes, because they didn't follow what they should have done. So my thought is, we started this process in January, like I said, and I showed everyone proof, and I wanted to do it for myself with a small little account, and we got it done. And some of you again may say, well, Clay, I can't do what you do. I can't go on Facebook Live and rally people and get people excited. I'm not rallying people and getting people excited. I'm just telling the truth. I just talk. And here's the best part. If you can't talk like me, then you send them to my video and let my video talk for you until you can talk like me. I don't have a problem with you doing that. I think you should do that, because that way we reach more people. Because the number one thing that we're doing is, I'm not recruiting anyone. I'm not selling anything to anybody. I don't have any products to sell to anybody. I don't have any soaps to sell to anybody, any vitamins, any creams. I don't have any of that. All we have is a club that we belong to, that my dear good friend Rob O'Gary created May 20th, 2020, and invited me to the club. And I have a little bit of regret because I didn't listen to him at first. Wish I did, but I didn't. I've talked about that in my couple of my wisdom walks before, but that's okay. Nothing I can do about May 28th. Do a hell of a lot before May 28th, 21 though. So, which I'm doing, because as soon as I pull the trigger and decide to get it done, here I am. Showed everybody I can walk away in 30 days. And every single one of you can walk away in 30 days if you listen. But some of you don't. So you're going to go down the road with a whole bunch of regret. And I feel sad for you if that's what happens to you, because it's not a cool way to live. It's really not a cool way to live. Because I don't understand. And let's just be real. I just said earlier, you're going to work 20, 30, 40 years. You're going to be in your 50s or 60s or 70s. And hopefully, by the grace of God and by a miracle, you maybe have saved for the last 40, 50 years, and you have a little bit of money put away, or you're lucky enough to buy a home, and it's almost paid off now because you've been in it for 30 years, and now you want to retire, and you have nothing else, so you're going to have to sell that house to take the cash out of it, to go move in a smaller house, so you can live with the money from that house, plus the little bit that you save from the job in order to live. And then you're going to tell everybody, all my kids are gone, so I'm downsizing. You ain't downsizing. You can't afford to stay in the house. So if you listen to what I'm teaching you, you won't be staying in that house. You'll be upsizing to a bigger house because you want a staff that'll be able to take care of you when you're older. But now we've been able to speed up this whole scenario because of the 10 things that we do in investments and part of our club. Why wait till you're 40 or 50 or 60? Why not do it in 30 days? Put yourself in a residual income or a passive income that pays you $1,000 a day, $2,000 a day, $5,000 a day, $10,000 a day, $50,000 a day, $100,000 a day, all the way until you get to Jeff Bezos, which he makes $316 million a day. So you pick the number you want, and you do what you need to do to get there. Because to me, I don't know if for you, but for my family and I, number one, my family will always be taken care of. Number two, I don't want to be in a situation. I wish someone told me this when I was younger. Some of you that's younger than me that's looking at this right now, I hope you get it. I wish I had someone tell me this at your age right now. Because now, yes, I'm getting older. Thank God I still have my health. Thank God I can still go to the gym, work out. I've been doing the gym every day since they reopened. I'm feeling great. Feeling the best I've ever felt in my life. But I'm young enough to go enjoy it. A week from Saturday, we had to get in a plane and go to Dubai, go see that part of the world. I've never been there before. Get to see it, spend a week or so there, and then go over to Maldives and spend it. But I don't have to call anybody. I don't have to ask anybody's permission. I don't have to ask my job if I can take a few weeks off. If we were there and we're having a good time, I can look at the Queen and say, you know what? I'm enjoying this. We're going to stay here for another 2 weeks. And I don't have to check in with anyone because I have no regret. Regret that I didn't listen. Because here's a problem that you guys have. Most people have. As you're growing and as you're doing what you need to do for your life, I would say 99% or 95% of every single one of you listening to me or ever listening to me in the future that has not followed our strategies, you're in a position right now that you have $100 in the bank, $1,000 in the bank, $10,000 in, but you are in a position where that money is making you nothing. Some of you have stock markets, some of you have investments, some of you have your 401k. I get it, I understand it. But if you don't understand how a 401k works and how the stock market works or whatever, I highly recommend, and I mean this, highly recommend, you look into my Vimeo page with all these videos and you find one that says We the People. And you sit back in a nice, comfortable chair, stay away from everyone, no distractions, and you spend 30 minutes or so watching We the People. It will change everything about everything. It really will. So I'm just hoping this morning I can reach anyone that are heading down the road of major regret or have had major regret already. I had some regret. I mean, I've always had a decent life and I've always had a great life, but prior to running into Rabu, you know, I had companies that I still had to work for, and now I had employees, had people to deal with, had payroll, had all that stuff that we deal with. Now, the only employees I have is called money, and the money is the best employee in the world. It works 24/7, 365 days a year. Oof, it's a beautiful thing. Woke up this morning, and I call it babies, because my money have babies. People have been texting me. It's kind of funny. They're like, hey, Clay, I'm going to have a whole bunch of babies today. I think it's funny that people are using the analogies or whatever, because it just really warms my heart as a person when people start listening. Because I don't want anything from you. I don't charge you. I don't ask you for anything. Well, I take that back. I do ask you for something. And for those of you that's been following me, you know what I've asked you for. It's when you do make it, which you will if you listen. At the end of this year, I'm going to do my first live broadcast asking every one of you to go to the bank and pull out $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $100,000, whatever you got, turn into $100 bills and go into the community, Walmart, whatever, Target, Kroger's, whatever, and start passing $100 bills. So that's my only ask for you, because we want to bless everybody we can bless, because when much is given, much is expected. And the more you give away is the more you get. I truly believe that. I believe that in my heart. I'm living proof of that. So people always ask me, I mean, I saw a Grant Cardone thing today where he was talking about, you know, he's going to show people how to go from 400,000 a year to 4 million. Yeah, he ain't cheap. He may show you. He may tell you, But he lied and look, I'm not mad at a man's hustle. People got to do what they have to do. But I'm not going to charge you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to show you how to do this. I can show you how to get to $4 million just by you listening and you following what I'm showing you to do. Because it's not like I'm preaching it to make an income. I'm preaching it to help you. I'm preaching it for you to go to the next direction and to put integrity into it. I do exactly what I'm asking you to do, and I document it. I don't know what else you want than that, because I'll tell you right now, if you don't listen and you don't follow what our team's doing and you don't understand how this can change you forever, I promise you one thing. I promise you this. You will have regret. I'm looking you dead in the eyes as I say that. I guarantee you're going to have regret, because there's no way possible you can tell me what we're doing for the world and for our communities is not the best thing on the planet. I've never been involved in something like this before. Now, I've been involved in great things, and at that time they were very, very good things, and some of them are still great things today, and they continue on. But it's like, you can think of Jeff Bezos, for example. Yeah, he thought selling books on Amazon was a great thing, and it was for that time. Then it evolved. Then you start selling 10 or 15 items. Then you start selling 200 or 300 items. Then you start selling thousands of items. Now you sell millions of items. Doesn't mean the selling of books wasn't a good thing. Doesn't mean the things that we've done in our past weren't good things. They are. Some of them still pay me residual income today. But I've never seen something put together that's so transparent, because I love the blockchain, because the blockchain is very, very transparent. And so many people are wanting and needing. This morning at 1 o'clock, one of our crowdfunding opportunities refired back up, 1 a.m. Pacific time. By 7 a.m., $10 million went into that account. $10 million. That has to be a record in this industry. 55 went in when we first did the crowdfunding in January. Then we broke the system. And then they had to pause. It took them 2.5 months to rebuild it. I'm sure with the popularity of it today, there'll probably be a couple little tweaks, but hopefully the engineers did what they needed to do to make sure that they have it set up for a few million people, because that's what's going to come in, because it just makes too much sense. It makes sense to be able to help people not go through the process that they go through. And it's funny, I was thinking this morning, I was sitting out front when the housekeepers were here. I was just looking down towards the freeway. It's a little hazy this morning, but I'm watching all those cars driving down and heading down, and I call them metal coffins. And I was part of that metal coffin routine for many, many years. Drove about an hour to an hour, 10 minutes every day for 10 years, back and forth every day, from Rancho to Buena Park. And I did that in that metal coffin, is what I call it, because all I did was made a gentleman, Micah Donahue, God rest his soul, a whole bunch of money. He ended up selling the dealership that I ran the sales department for like $78 million to AutoNation. And again, God rest his soul, he died a few years ago. But now his son JP and his sister inherited all that money and found out that he invested a lot of it too. So they ended up inheriting a couple $100 million. Now they're sitting back enjoying the great life. Well, unfortunately for most of us, most of us I should say, we don't have a parent that owns the largest Mercedes-Benz dealership in the country. So we have to go out there and make it happen. And we're all trying every single day to do that. That's why I'm so proud of you guys for going out there and having a job and taking care of your family, doing what you got to do. I get it. I understand it. And it's not easy, because sometimes you got to stretch that paycheck. Sometimes, hey, Friday is coming up. Some people get paid every Friday or every other Friday. And you're going to look at that paycheck again and go, man, how am I going to stretch it? I really want to, COVID has just kind of knocked us all down for a little bit over a year. And I'm just tired of being home, and now places are opening back up. I would love to go somewhere nice, go enjoy life. But instead of going on a small vacation saying, you know what, I live in California, so, I got to stretch that paycheck. So I got to sit there. Maybe we can go to Vegas, and maybe we can still get a deal in a room And, maybe we can spend some time together, and, if we budget properly, maybe we can go out to a nice dinner. And, we don't want to do too much, but, we haven't made a whole bunch of money, but we're going to budget and we're going to get it there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just told you what life is really like for most people. There's another side. There's a side that COVID's getting done and we're feeling comfortable, and I'm kind of been home doing nothing for the last year. And instead of planning a trip to Vegas, let's plan a trip to Dubai. On top of that, let's just throw Maldives on top of it. Why not? And then the Queen told me today, she goes, I think if we do this right, we can probably spend 2 days in Paris. Or a day in Paris, I think she said. I don't know if she said 1 or 2 days. I'm like, I'm game, whatever. But the difference is, I have these employees making a whole bunch of babies. And I don't have to worry about us going to Dubai or going to the Maldives, or if she wants to go to Paris for a day and see the Eiffel Tower on our trip or whatever, because I don't have to budget that way. Because every single second on this earth, I'm making money. I don't have to do anything for it because it's all passive. And I'm trying to let you know that this can happen to you before you have regret. And I know I'm seeming kind of, I'm not bubbly, and I'm talking kind of low tone today. I don't know why. I'm just feeling, I don't know. I was walking out the house and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go do a wisdom walk, and I don't know what I want to talk about, but I'm just going to do it today because I'm, I'm having a great life and I'm loving my life, but I just get depressed sometimes. No, I shouldn't use the word depressed. I just get sad sometimes because I wish I can just, I wish you can see what's in my head. I wish you can see and understand that everything can change in your life. Some of you, today, it can change your life. I can retire some of you today. Like the young lady that told me a few days ago. She says, I want to walk away from my job, but I have to be a little bit careful. I got $350,000 put away for my retirement, and I'm tired of working, and I want to enjoy a little bit of my life. Well, I could understand that. 350 is not bad, but it ain't gonna retire you. Not the way that you want to retire. You go to Dubai every year and go do this, or try to buy a home, or you see a new car that you want to get. Watch how fast that 350 goes. That 350 will be done. I'll tell you what I can do. I can take that 350 and show you how to make it into about 4 million in less than a year, or maximum 2 if you don't listen properly. So it makes me sad that people don't listen to do that. And yeah, you may not have 350,000, but I guarantee you got $10 or $20 or $100. You got to start somewhere. We have things that you can make 300% on in an hour. I know that doesn't sound believable, but you can believe whatever you want to believe. That's up to you. I mean, no disrespect to you or whatever, but I'm the one walking around my neighborhood on what is today? On a Tuesday. I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have anything to do. The only thing I have to do is, I guess Easter is coming up, so we're going to have a bunch of family over. And then after that, actually, tomorrow, I do have something to do tomorrow. I get to watch them put up the wall and start digging the pond in a couple of days, because I want to have some koi and some turtles in the backyard. So I guess I do have something to do this week. I forgot about that. That'll be fun. And then we go on our little trip. And when we come back, I'll be nice and warm here again. So I'll start doing some boating and continue doing what I do. I'll be all over, from Paris, from Dubai, from wherever. I'll be all over doing these wisdom walks, because I hope you understand, and I hope you see that you have options and you have choices. Now, I'm going to close with this thought. I understand some of you don't think that you have thoughts and options because you weren't brought up that way. You weren't brought up to know that in life, you should have abundance of everything. You should have the largest home on the planet, the biggest car in the world, the most tithing you can to your church. Your kids should be in the best school on the planet. They should be driving the best car in the world. And I understand when you start talking about stuff like this, people are like, no, Clay, it's not all about that. Oh, yeah, whatever. You can say whatever you want to say. If you had If you had $300 million a day like Jeff Bezos doing, believe me, you'll have all those things. So we have the things that we have because that's where our budget puts us, and that's where our life puts us. And as we grew up understanding what our parents did. We looked around us and see what our friends are like. I'm not sure how many friends you guys have that can go drop $700,000 in a Lambo if they wanted to, or buy their 5th home or 6th home. I think I did a little live. I mean, I'm not in that position. I will be in that position, but I just want you to understand you have choices. That's the bottom line, and I don't want you to have any regret. I don't want you to have regret. Please, please. I sound a little somber today because when I typed out the word regret, it kind of changed my mood a little bit before I opened up this wisdom walk. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that today, but yeah, sometimes I got to do that. So that's why I'm doing it today. I pray for you that you do not have regret. I pray for you that you understand that you have choices in life. I pray for you that you can go out and do the things you've always wanted to do and have a world of abundance, because that's what we're born for. You weren't born to struggle. If you're struggling right now, struggling is temporary. You can change that. You can change that immediately. So I hope you're not struggling. And if you are, tomorrow can bring a new day. Today can bring a new day. 5 minutes from now can bring a new day. You can message me and I can show you all the things I can send you, and you can take the rest of the afternoon off, or you can stay up all night tonight watching stuff that I've shown to help you get to that level. You can. Then the regret subsides. Then the abundance starts. It starts today. It gets bigger tomorrow. It gets bigger the next day. And it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what changes. I mean, I woke up this morning and started looking at some of the accounts. It's interesting. The Queen reminded me that we had a meeting this morning at 9 o'clock with our accountant. And I'm telling her about what's been going on for the last 3 months. She's like, man, because my whole thought to her is like, look, I know I'm going to pay my taxes, but I want to know how we're going to do this, because things are stupid crazy the last 3 months. What we're going to do. So she starts asking me a bunch of questions. We're on the phone with her for probably about 30, 40 minutes. And she's like, yeah, there's not a whole bunch of tax laws for crypto. But I had a lot, because she has a lot of very wealthy clients. She goes, I've had a lot of clients that make a whole bunch of money, but the way you're explaining it, Clay, that's like really different. I'm like, yeah, we have a special little club. We're a little bit different. At the end of the call, she's like, you need to send me all the information, because I'm very interested. I thought that was kind of cool that she said that. So, again, no regret. Pay your taxes, go have some fun, reinvest, pay off debt. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to keep talking about it till the day I am dead. So, if you are tired of hearing from me, or you don't want to hear from me anymore, I think there's a block number or a block feature or something on Facebook. Just block me so I don't have to pop up. Until then, you're going to hear me talking and talking and talking. So I appreciate you guys all. Love you all. Looking forward to our team trip later on this year back in Dubai. We may add Maldives to it. Who knows? We'll see what we do. Okay? Take care, everybody. Love you guys. Bye.